Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's the past, the present, the future of your love life. Now, the past and the present is in this reading. It's a timeless reading, by the way. Whenever you're getting into it is good. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them's got a deeper dive. The future part is in a deeper dive. So if you find that the story is your story, could be a story from the past and the present, then you might want to get the future part of it. If you do, then toward the end of each of these readings, you'll see a link popping up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that's where you'll also find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one will you want? Do you want the crystal, which is out with the Temperance card? Temperance card, have you been waiting for it? Do you want the flower, which is out with the Four of Swords, the card of healing, resting, recuperating? The triangular flower. Or do you want the shell, which is with the Ten of Wands here, the card all about someone putting the burdens down, de-burdening themselves. Along with the shell, well, take your pick now, and don't forget, as you're watching, to click like on this video down there before you leave. Leave a comment as well. I love hearing from you guys and getting back to you all as well. I try and do that anyway. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell to hear more from me. Enjoy your reading. We'll see you in there. So if you chose the crystal, this one's for you. Crystals, let's find out the past, present, and the future of your love life. Now, in this video, it's going to be the past and the present part of it, but the future part of it will be in a deeper dive. So if you find that this is your story, or could be a story, and you want to know the future part of it, I'll just do the same thing again in there, but for the future, then you can get that. Toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box below. So let's get some general cards out about what this reading is about and your connection is about first. Got immortality, the one that can't leave you alone, you can't leave them alone, keeps on coming back around. You might have tried to let go of them, they've tried to let go of you, but there's no letting go of each other. This could be a twin flame connection, because that's a common thing with twin flames. Just, you know, as soon as you let go of them, you're like, okay, right, I'll move on. You can't. They can't either. You're stuck with this person, always drawn back to them. Meditation could be quite testing. So you could have a spiritual connection with this person, but one that tests you quite a bit, and you know, one that kind of triggers you into needing to rely on your spiritual practices, kind of thing. To be prudent. Don't be lured by the siren song. So you're not tempted to get in stuff with this person, not just for anything. You want it right. Yeah, this seems like twin flame connection to me, because twin flames, right, they've got to come right at each other. They've got to be, you know, the divine masculine, divine feminine, not just like muggle feminine, muggle masculine. They've got to come in right, and it can take some time to do that. So being very careful about how you come together. So that's what we're talking about. Let's start getting some cards out. So the past of this connection. Tell us about the past. It's got the Page of Needles. So someone, they've just been watching you in the past. Page of Needles, always watching you, noticing what you're doing, like got their eye on you. They noticed you. Not been a lot of forward movement now, just like notice each other, and perhaps living your own lives, perhaps in different relationships, other relationships with other people as well, and got your eye on each other. Ace of Candles, but fell in love nonetheless. Is that how it went down, huh? Fell in love nonetheless. Came out of the blue. And there you were, like a love at first sight kind of a thing. Noticed each other, and that this is it. This is the real deal. Page of Needles. So there was a lot of looking at each other, huh? Page of Needles. Watching each other, getting to know each other from afar is what I'm getting with that. Falling for each other from afar. Chaos and conflict, though, in your life. Chaos and conflict in their life. And just kind of noticing how each other are handling breakups and makeups and all kinds of things, the work that you're doing. I think you guys have kind of been around each other, kind of dancing around each other, been in each other's lives at some capacity, perhaps working with each other or in a community together, that kind of thing. And noticing each other, this could be for years now, noticing each other, kind of how you handle life, how they handle life, and through all of this chaos and conflict. So wow, Could have been a lot going on in your respective lives. And watching them grow, then watching you grow. So, you've both changed so much since you first met each other. You've been through chaos and conflict, and you've kind of both handled it. And you've both noticed each other handling that and who you've become. And Ace of Candles, and you were falling in love with each other while you were watching each other too. While you were watching each other having these battles. There's a note of jealousy in that as well. You're both like, well, if we were together, it wouldn't be like that. You wouldn't have all these dramas if you were with me. And I feel like they've been looking at you in the same way as well. Well, it wouldn't be like that if we were together. So falling in love with each other as you're seeing each other battle other people, battle with life and with other people, the competition kind of thing. And there's this feeling that was generating of, you're my person, you should be with me. And you wouldn't have that strife if you were with me. We would be happy if we were together. And so there's this falling in love, but there's also a negative kind of an energy, a kind of a competitive kind of jealousy, a kind of what would you call it? Ownership. That's probably putting it a little bit too far, but a kind of ownership thing developing, like, well, if you were with me, you wouldn't have those problems. Well, perhaps and perhaps not. Perhaps you both needed to get yourselves to a certain place, learn lessons with other people so that it didn't muddy this relationship. So honoring your energy, but you're honoring each other's energy, kind of staying back and watching each other go through those things. So there's some kind of, you're falling in love with each other and you know that you're supposed to be together, right? And you've got this strong connection. But both still sitting back on the sidelines and watching each other live their lives and kind of staying there for some reason. Staying on the sidelines, honoring their energy, honoring their need to live their own life path kind of thing. Deal with their own shit themselves, you know, while you do too. So very much on your separate paths, but very much in each other's lives is what I'm getting here in the past. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You both do. And I think you knew that, like, they deserve to feel joyful. You're both great people here. And yeah, both with other people, not so great people, and going through the trials and tribulations. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Right, okay. So this means that you're both, through this situation, both not realizing when you first met each other how much joy you were allowed to have. You weren't both allowing it in, so instead you were dealing with the chaos and conflict with competitive people and with troublemakers and, you know, drama queens and kings and all of that kind of stuff. Because neither of you realize that you both deserve more. You can feel joyful. And it feels to me like when you get to that realization, like, no, I'm allowed to have joy in my life. But it's like, well, there's my joyful option right there. They've never left. Always been there, immortality. I've just got to make a good choice, right? Be prudent. Meditation. Okay. Tell us more. Make time for self-love. It's all about self-love. There you go. That's the answer. It's like, you both needed to love yourselves first and decide, no, I deserve love, I deserve joy. Trust all will be well. But both of you trusting that the connection wouldn't go away, and I think both of you knew that. Like, neither of you are going anywhere. Neither of you are going anywhere. They'll always be there for you. You'll always be there for them, and it's going to happen someday. A lot of fun together. So when you are together, having a lot of fun, or when you were together, you're having a lot of fun together. I'm not getting that you particularly been together like as romance. You could have been, but whenever you spend time together, you have a lot of fun. The joy is there between both of you. And then you both go back to your like other people and other lives, and it's not joyful. And I think it's both of you just not choosing joy here. Hey, have your fun, and then you go back to the misery after that. A lot of chemistry between you as well, so off the charts chemistry. And flirtation as well between you two. Ooh, spicy. So obviously the good option for a relationship here. A good relationship for both of you. Good energies, good vibes between you. But then there's this going back to the chaos and all of that. Something about you having the key to their heart, them having the key to your heart, but you were pulling each other in and then pushing each other away as well, because you both had your separate lives. A fear of inadequacy, someone not realizing they're good enough, someone thinking that they're not good enough, or realizing that they're not good enough yet, or something like that. There's something holding you back, holding you both back from claiming this joy with each other. Let's find out more. Simple acts of kindness, but being kind to each other and having fun with each other, and just simple acts of kindness. You were showing your love to each other in some kind of a way, but not in a very direct, not in a very direct way. Yeah. Let's get some messages. So what were they kind of thinking at the time I gave into temptation? Kept on going back to the drama and stuff like that, tempting them in. It's like, it can be very tempting drama, can't it? It can be. They gave into that temptation. And they couldn't stand the thought of you with someone else. I was picking up on that jealous energy, and it's both of you too. It's not just them. There's that jealous energy going on in there. So it's like, you're my person, but I'm not with you. You're my person. And I hate seeing you, and I hate seeing you with a conflict with them, and I hate that. But meanwhile, they're living that too, and you're both doing that. So, okay. What about now? Has it changed? Have you both admitted your feelings for each other, and you can actually be happy? Present energies between these two crystals and a person. It's crystals and the twin flame. King of Candles. King of Wands, someone is taking action. Look at them in the fiery power. They're taking action. Or they want to take action. King of Wands, want to step up and make a change here. And the Five of Presents. The Five of Presents. That's I'm getting a need for change here. But also a kind of stuckness as well about it. Five of Presents from this. I'm getting this feeling of, I know things need to change. I know I need to make that change, but I'm kind of stuck here. It's kind of solid, stuck energy, but five need to change. Interesting. Tell us about the King of Candles then. They're at a crossroads. Two of Wands. They're at a crossroads now. Your person is at a crossroads now. They want to take action. Fiery energy. They're getting all in their emotions. The emotions are firing them up, and they want change now. Your person's realised. They've realised that they can have joy, and they want to do that now. They want to be with you now. They want to make a move towards you. But they're at a crossroads now. They've got a choice to make of action to take. Two of Wands. So, it's all good, it says. It's all good. It's not like they're going to choose not you. It's all good, but they do have choices to make in their life at the moment to come towards you. Making those choices right now, but there's this stuckness. A knowing that they need to make a move, to make change, but there's a reluctance for change. That's what it is, a reluctance for change here. I just got fear inside of me then, swallowing as well, and so they've made the choice, is what I'm getting here, of what the actions that they're going to take, but it's kind of scaring them that backlash, or what might happen, or if they're going to get rejected by you, or what. It's kind of scaring them, so they've got a lump in their throat at the moment, and they're kind of swallowing and very nervous about making that change. That's the stuckness. They want to move toward the Empress. They know that you're the one for them. So you've got this very strong energy in this for them. They want to make the move. They're shown as the King of Candles, right? The King of Wands. Kings are good, but they're not the Emperor yet. And it feels to me like your person needs to step into their power more to become the Emperor, and then they'll feel ready for that change. You might be they've made a decision, but they're at a crossroads right now. They're not taking action on that decision just yet, but it's all good. Don't worry. They are moving toward the Empress, but there's a bit of stuckness there that are scared. They are scared of making that movement forward, scared of whatever it is that they're leaving behind, the other option kind of thing. Backlash and also possible rejection. Ancient wisdom. They're being wise about it. Learning from their past mistakes is what I'm getting. They're learning from their past mistakes. If they could be worried about you having a similar reaction to someone in the past that had when they made a move toward them. Okay, tell us more. What's in the present energies for crystals? This is someone on the verge of moving towards you is what it feels like. On the verge of action. Time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. They're putting a lot of pressure on themselves here to make that move. It feels like time's running out. That's why they're fearful of it. It's like, oh, I need to make this move. But, you know, when they're pressuring themselves like that, it's very difficult. So, yeah, they're pressuring themselves right now for that change. They love you. Know that you're loved. And relax. There's a need for relaxation here. You both need to relax about it. If you both relax about it, then it's likely to unfold much more easy. They've already made the decision of the action that they're going to take, but they're scared to take that action. So if they relax, then it's more likely to just kind of come about. Tell us more. Current energies for crystals. Current energies for crystals. Current energies for crystals. Forgiveness. Going to come in with an apology when they do. They know that they need to ask for forgiveness from the Empress. Perhaps for the time that they've taken? I don't know. Did you get ready sooner than them? Because I was fully getting in this past energy that you were both in that same place there. You're both kind of dancing around each other, knowing that you wanted to be with each other, but not making a move. And both going out with other people or, you know, with respective partners, doing life, the same old drama in life kind of thing. You were both in that. Now it kind of feels like the Empress is ready because you're showing up as the Empress. And perhaps they need forgiveness because, I don't know, perhaps because of something they did or said, but perhaps just because they've kept you waiting for so long in the readiness that you're in. How long have you been ready for this for? Like, felt completely ready for it. What else? They know that they need to get forgiveness from you. Balance. It's more balanced now. They're feeling more balanced now. Yeah, they're gaining more and more balance in their life. Your person's chosen to distance themselves from drama here and all of that. They're not completely there yet, but they're getting there for sure. What else? Bad choices. They've made some bad choices in their life, and this is another thing that is scaring them as well. They're kind of worried about your response, if you're going to be responsive to them, or if you're going to be like responsive in a way that one of their exes was. You know, if you're going to be, someone's broken their heart in the past, probably more than one person. They're worried that you're going to do the same thing here. What else? Whoop. Actions speak loudly. They intend to take big action towards you. And love endures. This is a love that doesn't go away. And you know, that's what I got from the immortality card that first came out. It's like, there's no getting away from each other, is there? You are each other's person, and that's it. So let's get some messages out from them. Message. What do they want to say now in their energies? Before they gave into temptation and they couldn't stand the thought of you with someone else. Now, I feel like I'm not good enough for you. Still. They feel like they're not good enough for you. They're nearly there. They're the King of Wands. But yeah, they're seeing you as the Empress and kind of worried that you're going to say, no, you're not good enough for me. What else do they want to say? Could be stepping up, making themselves good enough. I feel like the Empresses, the Divine Feminines have been inspiring the Divine Masculines to step up and be a Divine Masculine. The chemistry between us is off the charts. So not only is the love not gone away, that chemistry hasn't gone away. I don't know how long you guys have been together. And as some of you keep on telling me in the comments, keep on doing that. As this saga unfolds, well, if that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story you want to me to do it again, you want to see me doing again for the future part of it, what's coming for you guys that are resonating with this, then you can join me in that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive the email. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. And in that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment and click on that subscribe button as well. It really helps me out when you do that kind of thing. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive for the future part of it, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose a flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out your past, your present, your future of your love life, your current connection. So if you find that this is your story, could be a story, you might want to get the deeper dive. The future part of it is going to be in the deeper dive. So in this video, it will be the past and the present, future part in the deeper dive. If you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Wow. So let's get some general cards out first about your connection. We've got rare knowledge. Ooh, this is a secret connection. Nobody knows. Well, not many people know anyway. About your feelings for them, their feelings for you. Perhaps it's an illicit affair. Intuition. Oh, okay. You're just using your intuition on this. So there hasn't been communication between you guys. Direct communication. But you know that there is a connection there. There's been some kind of communication, but it's not been verbally with words. Or much, if at all. Verbally with words, I mean. What else? Ambition. But they're the one that you want to be with. Okay. You're the one that they want to be with. Right, so there's this kind of a bit of a knowing between you guys that you want to be together. Yeah, that they're your ideal person, you're their ideal person, and you both want in the future to be together. This is very much not someone that you think, I'm with them right now, but someone that you're working toward being with. Okay, so let's tap into the past energies then. So past energies for flowers in the love life, in this connection. Perhaps when you guys met or around that time. What's the past energies for flowers? It could be recent past as well. Let's see. Tell us about past energies for flowers in this connection. There we go. The Queen of Candles. Queen of Wands. So you could have been working together. Could have come into each other's lives by working together. Queen of Wands, very creative energy, go-getter. Your energy, a go-getter. When you were doing something, that's why I'm thinking like you probably met when you're in a work situation, or you in their work, they're in your work, or something like that. It could be about around a hobby that you've got, and meeting them, they've got something to do with that. So you were out there doing something in your power, getting something done, and there they were. Or that's the energy that they saw in you as well. And the Chariot, there's this feeling of, yeah, I want this, I want this, I want to do this together. The Chariot. And the Eight of Candles. Communicating that quickly. There was a communication of desire, of wanting this, wanting to move forward early on in the relationship. Early on when you met. So the desire, this could have started off as like a flirtation, or someone wanting to fling with you because they find you so attractive. That's another thing about the Queen of Candles, really attractive. So someone they were really attracted to you, and they kind of communicated very early. They wanted to move ahead with you, but it could have been on a very superficial level because it was on instant attraction kind of thing. Yeah, you might have taken a step back from that, or you might have gone for it and had an affair with this person. I was getting like illicit affair from this, but then ambition suggests that it's someone that you want to be with, someone that you're looking to be with. So it could, whether you acted on this or not, whether they I think they acted on it to show their attraction, but whether you actually went for that affair or flirt, it doesn't have to be an affair, but just like a fling or affair, or just that initial temptation of the lust and all of that kind of stuff, of the original attraction. If you went for that or not, doesn't matter. It seems to have turned into something more, or perhaps quickly turned into something more. Queen of Candles, so extremely attracted to you, and you were doing something, right? Yeah, they wanted to talk to you straight away. And a very disruptive kind of an energy with the Tower moment. So even though it wasn't allowed in the workplace or something like that, or they're with someone else, or you're with someone else, they did talk to you. They wanted to move this forward, even if it was destructive, even if, yeah, someone acted on the passion here. As I said, it doesn't matter whether you said yes or no to that. This is what happened. So they communicated something to you, even though it was kind of destructive or kind of disallowed, causing a Tower moment, or it would have caused a Tower moment. But they did it anyway. They acted very much on impulse, communicated on impulse. Interesting that we've got 2 Eight of Wands there. So it was communicated, and then slow but steady, right? So they persisted with you as well. Ooh. So it just wasn't a one-off thing, like, yeah, they kept on coming back for more. So I think you said no. They kept on coming back for more. So the Chariot, they made it known. Hey, they made it known. We're communicating in some kind. It doesn't have to be with words. It could be, you know, flirtatious and all of that kind of thing. But they kept on coming back. 5 of Cups, but there were you, cutting them out. You were saying no, there you go. Queen of Swords, no. And it kind of upset you that they would ask that. So they were with someone else, or you were with someone else, and perhaps both with someone else, and you're like, no. Cut that out. You can stop that right now. And you were disappointed with them too. 5 of Cups there. Perhaps there's a knowing in you that this was supposed to be more, that there was more to this, and they were trying to start it off as a fling. Growth and forgiveness. But they were being immature, right? So they were being immature, and you're like, no, I'm worth more than this, and this is more than this. What are you doing? So you had to kind of forgive them and hope that they grow from there. Let's find out more in this past. Freedom. See, we're not free. Not free. We're not free to be together. They were coming at you to try and have an affair, is what I'm thinking. But there was something stopping you. You weren't free, or they weren't free. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. So you had to accept things as they are. So you're probably really attracted to them too, and you wanted it, but you had to say no because it wasn't everything that you wanted. You wanted them, but in the right way. Manifesting miracles. No, I can manifest this instead. So you were like, I do want this person. It would have been very difficult to say no to this person, because they're kind of like your dream person, a lot of attraction and all of that, and you wanted them, but you wanted it to be more, and it couldn't be more at that time because someone wasn't free. So you trusted your heart to follow its guidance. You kind of kept them in your life, but kept them at a distance as well, like, I want you in my life, but stay at arm's length kind of thing. Am I right? Tell us more. Open up to change. You're like, I'm open to them, but things have to change, right? My heart's open to them. You keep your heart open. You're like, yes, I do want this person, but not like this. Not like this. So you kept them in your life, but at arm's length, like I said. Someone regretted it. Oh, they were like, oh, I hope I haven't lost their trust. They're spying on you. Yeah, they regretted it. They regretted coming in like that to you. They were watching you, paying a lot of attention to you. Regret coming forward like that because they were worried that they'd broken your trust. So once they realized, oh, this is way more than that, I actually really want to be with flowers, then they were really worried that they'd broken your trust. In other words, if they were trying to have an affair with you, then when they realize that they really want to be with you, it's like, oh God, now they think I'm the person that has affairs because I tried to have an affair with them, try to cheat with them. They're going to think I'm going to cheat on them. Yeah, that made them really worried. The impression that they gave you, with the way that they approached you. So, communication. They tried to communicate in a different way. The communication was pretty much about lust at first. Tried to follow your rules. They watched you to find out what your rules are, kind of thing. So then they were watching you to find out what your rules were, what your boundaries. You had boundaries to this person, and it took them aback, and they were like, oh, this is someone that's more serious, you know? Cynicism about independence. Cynical about your independence, not sure that you were alone. There was a kind of feeling here that they thought you were judging them for being with someone else, being attracted to you and trying to come towards you, but they were pretty sure you were with someone else as well. They were critical, like, not critical, just dubious about you being single. So they're not necessarily believing that you were single either. This person was a player when you met them. Looked to your inner strength, but they saw you as being really strong. Oh, treasure your loved ones, and they were treasuring you. Deeper feelings for you at that time, developing deeper feelings for you, seeing what a miracle and a blessing you were to their lives. Perhaps you were the first person to kind of say no to them, and it made them take a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror, perhaps. And then they got to know you instead. So you're the one that said no to them, and they were like, there's something more in there. So you impressed them with your boundaries. Queen of Swords, your boundaries. Let's get some messages out from them then. So what were they, what did they kind of want to say to you at that point in the past? Please forgive me. I am sorry for approaching you that way. They were approaching you based on your looks, is what it was. They were attracted to your looks, and they were a player energy, and so they approached you that way, and then they got to know you a bit, especially once you drew that boundary, and they were impressed by that, and they're like, I like this one, feisty. And then, yeah, Queen of Wands, and then they started falling for you, and then they were really regretting approaching you that way. They had unhealthy habits and behaviors in the past. You got to see them like that. You got to interact with them like that. Big regrets there that they lost your trust. Now, since then, they might have been trying to build that trust back up with you again. Let's see. Where are they right now? What's going on right now? Flowers. Wow. They called themselves out with that energy. Hey. Right now, they're going through a painful ending. 9 of Needles. It's a lot of worry about this, a lot of thinking about it, a lot of strategizing, but not in a very positive kind of way. They're trying to strategize in a positive kind of way, but it's kind of clean up on aisle 6 kind of job. Like, how can I repair this? How worried about how they can repair it, worried about changing this. 3 of Potions is out with that. That's the 3 of Wands. No. Potions. Cups. 3 of Cups. Wanting. So they're worried about coming back at you for a reunion. They're worrying about that and kind of strategizing about that. It's giving them sleepless nights. They want to come back. They want to approach you right now. Wow. The 10 of Presents, you're the like happily ever after. They want to build something with you. Justice, like you're supposed to be with each other. It's like you're their karma. So now they're believing something completely different about this. They want to have the happily ever after with you. And they're worried about coming towards you because of the start that they had with you. They think that they lost your trust. They think that you now believe them to be a philanderer, cheat, and all of that, and that you won't consider them. But I do believe that they've changed. Let's see. Why the 3 of Potions and the 9 of Needles? King of Pentacles, getting more stable now. Yeah, they've grown up. Your person has grown up since then. The King of Pentacles, more husband material kind of thing with the King of Pentacles. So they've got some stability now. Yeah, they were a player before. But they've got some stability now, but they're worried about coming back at you. They want to have a reunion with you. but so worried about it. Worried about your reactions. Terrified, in fact. They might come across as scared of you at the moment with this energy. King of Pentacles, but happiness is leading them forward. They know that they're going to be happy with you. So the very mixed energies at the moment. Want to have a reunion with you, want to come back at you, but, and they've got the stability too now, but a lot of worry about that, about your reaction. Still a lot of regret for the past and the way that they approached you first time around. 10 of Presents. It's like they want to build something with you. They want to have the happily ever after with you. They want to build a family with you or something with you. And it's like fated, you know, justice, like karma, like you're supposed to be together. Tell us why these two cards are out. The Lovers. You belong together. You're that person. They're your person. Definitely want to come back together with you. Knight of Wands. So much passion about you as well. Still that player energy, somewhat, but I'm not feeling the negative. I'm not feeling that's the negative now. They've still got that spunk about them. The Knight of Wands. They're passionate about you. A lot of feelings about you. One just headed towards you with a lot of lust here. But this is behind the 10 of Presents there. So the 10 of Pentacles. They want much more with you now, but they haven't lost that drive to be with you as well. So you've got all this in bag of chips is what it's saying. That you've got the player that wants to settle down here. They've still got that love. They've still got that attraction to you, but it's way, way more now. And yeah, I don't know. They've got the jobs set out for them. If this reading is right for you, that past thing to gain your trust again. Masculine energy, they're stepping into the masculine energy, they're coming in to claim you. I'm telling you, they want this, they want to come back in, and they want to have that passion that they always wanted with you, but do it right this time. What else? Trust. I see it, I told you. They are worried that you do not trust them. They're so worried about that. That is their number one worry with this 9 of Needles. That's what's keeping them up at night. How can I get flowers to trust me is what their issue is. They're wondering, will you accept them? No, I didn't say your name. They're wondering if you'll accept them. I've got a depilator, a thing that rips the hairs out of your legs or anywhere you put it on. And when I use that, it sets my watch off. The high-pitched whine, it thinks it's saying its name all the time. Oh, taking a breather and they're lightening up. So this is serious for them. It's serious. They're taking a breather at the moment and they're lightening up. They're trying not to have the heaviness about this and like, oh God, I need to make this right. This has been a weight on their shoulders that they need to make this right. Because you're that person, they want to make things right, but it's been such a load that it's been weighing heavy on their shoulders to do that. Been putting a lot of pressure on themselves to do that. The question on the mind always being, how can I regain Flower's trust? That's what it's about to them. I don't know whether it's about that to you, but it's certainly about that to them. How can I regain Flower's trust? Now they're lightening up about it because they don't seem to have figured out. They have been probably doing all that they can to regain your trust, being the stable one, steady, and not acting on impulse, and showing you that they are trustworthy. The King of Pentacles, stable. They will have been showing you that as much as they can. That is to try and gain your trust. So in a way, this person would have been actively not pursuing you, but just showing you that they're stable and there, and perhaps doing, you know, small things for you and stuff like that. And they want to flirt with you there. This is someone who is kind of torn right now because they've got so much desire for you. They find you so attractive and they want to come in like that, but then they remember how they came in before and they're like, but then Flower's going to think that I'm a player still if I come in like that, so I can't hardly even flirt with them, because if I do, they're going to think, oh, trying to have an affair with me again, you know? It's that kind of stuff, and I can't do that. So they're coming across as boring, stable, even though they're not. Look at all this. They're not that. They've got this massive passion for you, but they're afraid to flirt with you because in case you take it the wrong way, in case it reminds you of how they were in the past. Family and commitment. They want it all with you. They want the Ten of Pentacles with you. Family. It doesn't have to be children. If you're old like me and you can't have them anymore, it doesn't have to be children. It could be pets. It could be a house together. It could be like business together. It's just like involving each other's families with each other and all of that kind of stuff. But they want that with you, the commitment and all. Just how can they navigate? How can they navigate from what their perceived, what they think, what they perceive was your or is your perception of them? How can they navigate from that? They're trying to change your perception of them. They're imagining that your perception of them is that they're still a player. They're saying they're not anymore. They're saying that they changed their ways. They've let go of that. Old wounds. They've been healing the old wounds that caused them to be that. There was a reason that they were keeping people at bay, keeping love at bay before and just going for the lust kind of thing. It's because of old wounds. Because they've been hurt by someone. They're like, okay. Worried that they're not going to meet your expectations, that you've got high expectations here. This person has got pretty high expectations as well. And they want to show you that. You just need to know right now that they're coming across as being quite dull and boring and serious when they're not that at all. They might be like having fun with other people, and then with you they're dead serious, and it's just because they're trying to gain your trust. What else? Be willing to express love. They want to express the love again. They want to be able to do that again, but there's some big block stopping them from doing that. They are scared to do it. Scared to be fun with you. Let's get some messages out from them now. What do they want to say right now to flowers? I wish I could take it back. I wish I could go back to the start and not do that with you. Oh, it's caused them so many problems. You guys would have been together by now if they hadn't have approached you in that way. Easy. I wish I could turn back the clock and go back in time. There was someone interfering in our relationship. And probably other people around as well. Someone was interfering. Someone is interfering right now, because this is the present part of it. There's someone interfering in our relationship. Ooh. There is someone who is jealous of this. They've noticed how your person has changed. This is someone that was having an affair with them or something like that. They're jealous. They're jealous now. They see the change. It's like they didn't step up for that person, but they're stepping up for you. They're jealous of that. They're threatening. They're threatening them that they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you what you really like, kind of thing. This is a jealous ex that wants to undermine them here. I'm scared of that. Oh, and that's the last thing they'd want. After all the effort they're putting in to try and gain your trust, someone's interfering, battling someone at the moment. Like, don't you dare talk to my flower. So, they're emotionally unavailable at the moment. Oh. So they've got a lot on the plate at the moment, which makes them, perhaps this ex, they're worried about that. They can't step in with you, but there's also that emotionally unavailable because they've got this inner story going on that they've got to gain your trust, which stops them from being open with you. They feel lost without you, though. Definitely you're the one that they're moving toward. Tell us more. I act like I don't care when deep down I really do. They act like they aren't attracted to you when they are so attracted to you. They act like they're not having fun around you when they're like so want to have fun. They're not being themselves right now. Wow, I'm having a hot flash. Okay, so if that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story you might want to get the deeper dive for the future part in it. So what's coming up for you? Let's get some timelines. So I'm just going to do the same thing but for the future. Where is this headed then, and when, and what are they going to do? Okay, well, if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell, the triangular flower. Isn't it cool? Click on that flower on a device that you can open PDFs in. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it should do. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell to hear more from me. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, see what's going to happen next in this very dramatic story, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell, then this one's for you. Shells, let's find out about the past and the present and the future of your love life. The connection that you're focused on at the moment. So as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. It's going to be the future part of it. So if you find that the past and the present is your story, could be a story, you might want to get the future part of it. In that, I'm just going to do the same thing again, but for the future. But there'll also be a timing card out for when you can expect these changes or whatever is coming in the future. If you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get a few cards out first. General cards about this connection that you're in. You've got to leave behind what's no longer you in sunlight after darkness. Could have had hard times with this person, dark times, as someone's leaving behind what is no longer them. Living a lie, someone living a life that really doesn't make them happy, but they've continued in it for some kind of reason, security or something like that, I don't know, or not wanting to make changes. And things were steadily getting worse and worse and worse for them, and perhaps for your connection as well. And feels like you might have given up on this person to me because they don't seem to make a change. But there's a vision for the future here. Had a vision of a future together. Okay, so you haven't given up on this person then, but you kind of have. You've got a vision, but you're like, they're not going to step up. They're not going to step up and do it. I don't believe that. Giving them chances is what I'm getting here. Direction and opportunity. They've had plenty of opportunities to do it, you see. Claire, they've had plenty of opportunities to do it and they haven't. They've had plenty of opportunities to leave that thing, that person or whatever it is. They just seem to have no direction, and if they don't want this, then they don't want it. If they're not going to take action, they're not going to take action. So I think you guys are kind of, what can I do at the moment? Well, let's find out. Past. The past for shells. Past for shells. Past energies then. Maybe when you met this person, or some point in the past, could be recent past. That one. That two. You have the Two of Needles, the Two of Swords, someone not willing to make a decision. Nine of Presents, to be single. They couldn't make the decision to be single. Why not? So when you met them, they weren't making the decision to be single. Or they felt that they couldn't make a decision to be single with someone else. That's what it feels like. If not with them romantically anymore, with them in a marriage or, some kind of a contractual kind of thing. Living arrangements, children, that kind of thing. Not feeling that that was their decision to make, or that they couldn't make a decision. Five of Potions. Disappointing, because the truth is that we could have this start together. Ace of Needles. That's the truth. So someone's living a lie here. They're not being true to themselves, not living authentically. They think that they can't make that decision to be single so that they can be with you, and that's where they were at. Living a lie. Very disappointing to you. And you probably gave them time to make that change, believing that they'd make the change for you, and then they haven't. And so I think, you're at that point now where you're just like, well, they've had plenty of opportunities. They're not doing it. Two of Swords, there it is. I'm not doing it. I'm not making that decision. Like, why? Why aren't you making that decision? What is hindering them? Tell me more. The Two of Swords and this will not make the decision to be single. Can't make the decision to be single as well. Why not? What's up with this? Knight of Swords. They want to rush in, but they've got past wounding. like a hasty decision. Four of Cups. It's like this is someone who has kind of resigned themselves to the fact that they've got themselves into something that's disappointing and they can't see any way out. They can't see this other offer coming in from. They don't see how it's possible. Knight of Pentacles, but they're taking the time. Oh, so they do see the possibility, but they're taking the time. Right. Wounding is stopping them from rushing. Past wounding is stopping them from rushing into this, taking it slowly, because they don't see how it can happen. This is someone that's just like really not seeing how they can make that choice because they don't see how it can happen. This is someone who perhaps is so intertwined, their life, the finances, children, all kinds of things intertwined with someone's life. It's not the heart, it's everything else in life, and they just can't see a way out. They can't see how they can detach from that, how they can be single. They can't see how they can be single. They've got too many responsibilities too. I don't know whether they've got children together, they've got a business together as well, they've got property together. The property is the only things for the business. It's like complicated as can be. But slow but steady, they can get out of it, but it's got to be real slow. It's like, I'm not sure that shells will wait for me, because to extricate myself from this is going to take some time. Five of Potions, they know that they're disappointing, right? But they're living a lie. That's what I'm getting from that. They're living a lie. They could have this like truthful start with you, but they're living a lie. They were living a lie anyway in this past. Five of Wands. Battles about that, just competition. Someone else wants something from them. So you might have a people pleaser on your hands here, but someone else wants their attention. They want to give their attention and their love to you, but someone wants their money and they've got to do this and they've got to do that, and they're like, oh, it's tricky. This person has got a lot of responsibilities that they can't even see like a way of extricating themselves from that. But it'd be really slow. It would be like, well, first we have to agree to a divorce, but to agree to a divorce we have to decide what's going to happen with the businesses and the properties, the business. But before we can decide what happens with the business, we've got to decide that there could be trusts involved and stuff like that, is what I'm hearing. It's all very complicated. And someone else is like, oh, what are you even doing this for? Because this, they want the time and intention. It's not that they want the love energy. I'm not getting that. It's that they need their time and their attention. It's like, you can't take your focus off that. You still need to run this business. You still need to be in charge of this property. You still need to be here with the kids, Someone like that is like competing for their time and their efforts. But reunion of souls, it's all good. They want to be with you. So this person can't live their truth at the moment because they've got so much responsibility and their life is entangled. Well, this is the past anyway. Don't forget. I'm kind of keep on saying it as it's the present, but this is the past energy. So that's where they were at, like completely entangled in something. Like, I can't even see a way out. I can't even make this decision. This other person, they need so much of my energy. I can't even be single. Never mind be with someone else. I can't even be single. I can't even see a way to be single with all of this. They just can't see a way of a solution to how they can be detached from a situation here, because it's way more. It's way more than just like, got a romantic connection with this person, I finish with them and I come to you. It's way more than that. Oh wow, transformation. So they did want this to transform. Why? Well, because you're their twin flame. So you've ignited this passion in them. They know that they want to be with you. They should be with you. That you're the truth, yeah. And so they know that they need to do it. They need to live in integrity. And to deepen this relationship, they need to transform. They need to change their life. But it's just so much change. It's very overwhelming for them. They were in overwhelm, and they were like, in this point in the past, they were, I can't make this decision. It's impossible, because it's not just a decision. It's I could make the decision and say, oh yeah, but it's not going to happen because it's impossible. That's where they were at. They just couldn't see a way of detaching from all of that stuff that they were in. So talk less and feel more. But then, right? So then the heart is calling out for them. Your passion has ignited them. There's also this calling, not just the heart and the passion. It's more like there's also this live in authenticity. Like shine your light, be yourself, shine your light, live your own life, get out of that. If it's heavy stuff, get out of that. You might have said that to them, or you might just be holding that energy. This person's spinning a lot of plates, or they were anyway. Get into their current energy soon. This past energy then, where were they at? So you had them feeling more. But you know, they could have turned into a robot, this person. The past life with all of those responsibilities and everything, and just kind of going through the paces, not really enjoying life at all. You've come along and they're like, Charles, the truth of me, should be with Charles and my twin flame. But I'm stuck in this machine that I've made. I've made this huge machine, and we thought we were building it. I thought I was building an empire, and it's a machine that's got me trapped in the workings of it, and now I can't. It's just so complex, this machine, that I don't see a way out of it. So they were guarded because they realized when you came into the life, they realized that they weren't being authentic, and they actually had to love themselves enough to say, I'm allowed to have my own, I'm allowed to have my life back. That's what it is. That's what it is. Your person in the past believed they weren't allowed to have their life, that their life wasn't their own, that they had made this machine and the machine owned them. So the heart was guarded towards you. They couldn't really give themselves to you because they weren't giving themselves to themselves. Self-love is about knowing that your life is your own, and you can make decisions that are good for you, and that you deserve love, and you deserve happiness, and you deserve joy. They weren't at that, which is why they couldn't make that decision. So that could be very disappointing to you that they wouldn't make the decision to be single and to be with you. But it is very complicated. It was very complicated anyway. What else? Intimacy, defensiveness. So they couldn't be intimate with you. They couldn't share that with you. They couldn't tell you about it. They're just like, they didn't want to bring that energy into your life, right? So I think I'm talking to you, Charles, and you're living an authentic life. You're being yourselves. You found that self-love, and you make good decisions for yourself. And there they are, like in this machine, like going, I don't want to bring you into this machine. It's bad enough the machine has got me. So they wanted to be intimate. They wanted to tell you about it, but they also didn't as well. They wanted to keep you out of it, keep you out of that garbage. They kind of, like I said, I'm getting strongly that they wanted to create an empire. And what they created was this machine that owned them. Perhaps they were creating an empire before the time, before they found self-love, right? Ooh, be careful what you implement and grow in this world before you found self-love, because it'll end up owning you. Big lesson there for them. So, simple acts of kindness. They could have been kind of kind to you. Could have been kind of kind to you, like doing nice things for you, but then keeping you at arm's length for the intimacy. Not really letting you in. Not really letting you into the story and telling you who they are. Kept things very superficial with you. Love who you are though, but oh my God, they love who you are. Kind of an inspiration to them living authentically and all of that, and they're like, damn, I've like set myself a trap here. Realizing that the only thing that is real is love. So you've had a huge impact on this person by example, and because they've obviously got feelings for you as well. But wow, no, this person was stuck, didn't see a way to be with you at all, didn't even see a way to be single, never mind in a relationship with someone else. There's just like heavy energies that they were in. What did they want to say to you back then? I want things to work out. I want to work things out. It wasn't for lack of wanting to change things. It was a lack of letting go and letting the solutions come, I think. And You're always on my mind. So you were always on their mind back then. That it was like you were the light at the end of the tunnel, the thing shining out to them, the example. They're like, every time they think of you, thinking, yeah, that's the way I should be living. I should be living in authenticity, not inauthentic, but I should be living an authentic life, like shells are living. A dream of you. So they were dreaming of you. Very important to them. Like your energy especially. And I'm ashamed of how I treated you. Maybe it was just not letting them in. Not letting you in, I mean. But, or maybe it was worse than that. Maybe they actively rejected you, your advances, because it was just so overwhelming to them. It could be that. Wow. So where are they at right now? What's the story right now, Charles? Have they slowly extricated themselves from the machine that they made? The fool, ready to step into a new journey here, to take a risk. Okay, good. Because this story kind of depresses me. When people have got themselves into traps like that, it's sad to me. I can feel it in people's energies when they feel trapped and they're living an authentic life, but they've grown something that they can't get out of. It's so sad, that energy. What else? Ace of Presents. Wow, big offer. And Temperance. Waiting it out for a big offer. So they're waiting to give you a big offer. Waiting until they can give you a big offer. Ace of Pentacles. They want to dive into this. The Fool. Tell us why the Fool. This is someone that wants to take a risk into the unknown. So have they been detaching themselves from that machine bit by bit then? Might have taken them a long time, because there's a lot of like slowness cards out with that. Yeah, it feels like it'd be one step after another. Like, well, first of all, we need to put that property on the market, and then we need to do, a long, complicated process to unravel the whole thing. The Fool. Tell us why the Fool card is here. It's too many cards, but they said take it. Right, planning. Well, the Fool steps out into the unknown. Your person can't do that. They've got a lot of responsibilities. So there's planning involved here. 3 of Pentacles. To get out of the trap, right? The trap that they've made themselves. 2 of Pentacles. They've got to balance things up as they do it. 9 of Pentacles. Be single and independent. They've got to walk away from things, right? So, yes, they're in the process of it to have this new beginning. It's taking a lot of planning and a lot of execution to get to this single point, to break free of these traps. So not only planning, they're actually taking the action now to do that, so that they can have this new start with you. 8 of Cups is that they're walking away from the heart ties as well. So it's not just being a machine that they made. There has been emotional attachments that have kept them in this as well, of course. And ancient wisdom. It's like they're doing things by the book, having to do things by the book. There could be some religious or cultural thing going on there as well. They want to do this right, so it takes a lot of planning. So Temperance, they're waiting until they can give you a big offer here. It's like they're waiting to start this relationship or to move ahead with you until they can offer you much more. So it's until they've kind of detached themselves enough from all of this stuff so that they've actually got something for themselves independently, single and independently, so that they can come together with you. Because you've got this energy of kind of being free and independent and all of that, and they haven't. And if they're to be with you, then they need to be free and independent enough to give you a big offer. Like Ace of Pentacles is a huge offer. They want to be able to offer you something big. Because you're the Empress. Yes, because you deserve it. They know what you deserve. They want to offer you that. So they're waiting until they've got it together, until they've done that. Right. I've said it already. I'm getting hungry. What time is it? Omens. Okay, so they've had signs that you're the Empress, that you are the one that they want to be with. Not just that, but that you deserve a big offer. You've got a certain level, and they need to come in at that level. It's like this person will not come in like below that level, below a big offer kind of thing. They've got to have something to the name. They've got to have something to be able to invest with you and all of that. This is an emperor. I think someone that builds empires. Yeah, this is someone that wants to build something, and they have done already. Like they've already had the motivation to build things. It's just they did it in a situation with someone perhaps that it wouldn't last. That's the only problem. I'm not even going to say it's the wrong person. It's just we go through life, don't we? And generally, people have their children with a person that they're not going to stay with because we're too young and dumb. We don't know ourselves when we're in our childbearing years, hardly at all, and certainly haven't healed ourselves. So your person is a builder, not like construction. Or they might be, I don't know, but they built the empire. You've got an emperor on your hands here, and so good that they had the drive to do that, but kind of annoying that they did that with someone else, right? They're going to have that energy, and that's why they want to build something with you. You see, and see was the emperor, so they've got to have the shit together before they can come in. The past is now behind you. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Wow, they've come quite a way then from that past energy. I don't know how long it's taken them, but yeah, the past is now behind them. They're releasing it and embracing new possibilities. Light at the end of the tunnel time, so they're almost there. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So your person's being way more truthful to themselves now, authentic. You have almost invited them to be their authentic selves here. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are. Okay. You know what I'm getting from that? It's not about you. The love and acceptance is about the past person. I think if they were having trouble with the past person and extracting themselves from it, and there was a lot of angst and fighting and all of that kind of thing, it feels like there's love and acceptance now that they are breaking up, and okay, let's sort this out then, and let's unravel this, you know. I think perhaps your person has been in negotiations with lawyers and with the past person and other people. There's other people involved in this too, family or co-owners of businesses and all kinds of things like that. And as I said, I was picking up on trusts as well. Some is to do with trust funds. It's all very complicated, and the emotional stuff, the Eight of Cups, them detaching emotionally, sorting it out. It feels like them and their ex are kind of more on neutral territory now, where their hearts are, so that they can actually deal with this. So yeah, they've stopped criticizing each other, and it's stopped being a fight now. Now it's more like they're on the same team, working to extricate themselves from this. So if you thought that there was still angst going on there, a battle going on, they're more friends now who are trying to sort this out together. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, are they, like, if you notice that they seem to be friendly with their ex now, you might be worried, oh, things seem to have calmed down, are they back together or something? No, but they're working together to end this now. Clearing the mind. It's like I just wanted to take a deep breath, and I did take a deep breath and release it. They want to let this go and clear this out of their energy. They don't want to come to you with all this baggage while this hasn't been done. They don't want to come to you and start this relationship off and they're like still be in this energy of like, I've got to do this and I've got to do that and this is heavy. They don't want to be talking to you about stuff like that. They want to come in like this, the Fool. Okay, I'm ready. Here's that big offer. Let's set off and do this. Let's create something new together. Let's do this. That's how they want to be with you. This is a soul connection. Someone that is worthy. Oh, okay. How interesting. So I was just getting that your person has, they had a soul connection, but not on the same level. With someone, they had a soul connection with someone that they built something with. It wasn't a bad choice, but it's something that they hadn't realized that they're going to grow out of. Because the worthiness wasn't there. Their worthiness wasn't there. This is someone that was striving to build something because they didn't feel worthy, and because they didn't feel, and it's kind of made them feel worthy along the way. And because they didn't feel worthy, they matched themselves up with someone that didn't feel worthy. This feels like they grew apart from this person, that they grew up and got more self-esteem and more like, yeah, let's build this. And then they were building it, and the partner was just kind of going along for the ride. It feels like it was their energy that was building it. So they'll do it again. They'll definitely do it again. They're going to build their empire. But this time with you, soul connection, self-worth. You're the one with self-worth, the Empress here. The Empress is always the one that knows what she's worth and all of that. And she sits back and she waits for someone that's truly worthy of her to come in. And they know, they're just like, Shell's the worthy one, the one that feels worthy. You're already creating an empire for yourself. You're the Empress. They're like, they're my Empress. That's what it is, right? Control. Oh, but they're still being controlled, you see. This machine. It's not the person anymore, it's the machine. It's not the person anymore. That whole angst stuff with their ex is lifted now. But there's still an element of control there. They're still not free yet, but they're almost free. What else? Beauty. It's kind of a glow up energy when people start loving themselves and making good decisions for themselves. Yeah, they take care of themselves better, but there's also this light that turns on inside of them, and it shines out of their eyes, and they become more beautiful. When someone is authentically themselves and they're loving themselves, they glow up. They have a glow up, and it makes them more beautiful. And I think they recognize that in you, the beauty in you from your authenticity, but also in them too. Their self-worth is getting even higher. They're believing that they're a beautiful, worthy person now. Perhaps didn't believe it before when in this heavy energy. They probably were asking themselves, why does Shells even like me? Shell's the Empress. I'm stuck here in all of this. I'm not worthy, right? They were guarded because they hadn't found that self-love. They could be getting better looking, your person. You might see them glowing up. If they haven't already, they will be. Because they're feeling it. They don't want to be the villain here. They don't want to bring nothing, right? They don't want to be the person that's on the back foot. They don't want to be the drain. They don't want to be the drought. They don't want to be the one that goes. They didn't want to throw it all away and go, this is too difficult. I will just leave this behind. Just like they didn't want to do that because they want to build again, and they need to have something behind them to be able to build again. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Presents here. They need the seed, right? The environment. If you've got a farm, right, with someone else, and you've got this new and very precious seed to plant, but you need a new field kind of thing, you need a new farm, you're not going to get rid of everything. You're not going to get rid of the tractors and all the soil, and you're not just going to throw everything away, right? Because you've got this seed, and you want to keep the soil, you want to keep the land, you want to keep that money, you want to keep the equipment so that you can start this, with your Empress, build an empire with your Empress. So they weren't willing to cut the losses and be the villain in your story and come in with nothing. Just not willing to do that. They wanted to rise up and meet you where you were. Or they want to rise up and meet you where, because I'm in the present now. When I was in the past thing, I was speaking in the present, and now I'm speaking in the past and I'm talking about the present. It's almost lunchtime. Love is all around you. Yeah, they're having a glow up, I'm telling you. Your person is getting happier and happier, and they're having a glow up at the moment, and they're feeling more free, and they're dancing. As these burdens are being lifted off them, oh, feeling so much better about themselves. That's really nice energy, and I'm pleased to hear that. What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? I wish I could take it back. I wish I could take it back. Everything that they put into place, they wish they could take it back. There was someone interfering in our relationship. Someone else in the picture. Something else in the picture, you know. There's a lot interfering here. And they got, please forgive me for whatever they did, or keeping you waiting. Reminiscing. The person's thinking about it. They're thinking about what made them build what they did, the relationship that they had, and all of that. They're reminiscing on it all. It's like they're trying to gain the wisdom from all of it so that they don't make the same mistakes again. But so, not so much that, so that they can do it right this time, build right this time. Yeah, I think your person, they might have a lawyer that can help you out as well. If you're like an empire builder too, who will know how to set things up so that people don't get trapped in it anymore. They probably have a lot of knowledge about that. There's someone keeping me from you, an unhealthy attachment. Really, I thought that it was healthy now. No, it's still asserting control on them. They might appear more friendly and have smiles on their faces now, but they've still got someone that's controlling them there, someone that knows that they can keep them in that, stop them from moving on, someone that's got an unhealthy emotional attachment to them. So there is someone interfering in the relationship still. They have let go somewhat though, because I was getting that acceptance was about this. Stop criticizing each other. Well, yeah, maybe not at acceptance yet, but they stop criticizing each other. It stopped being a battle. It stopped being like a bitch fight, and it started. Yeah, but there is still an element of control there. So there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, or could be a story, you might want to get the future part of it. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but for the future. And let's see what's coming in for you, Shells. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive the email. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. You click on that shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like on this video before you leave. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell, and drop me a comment as well. Love hearing from you guys, and all of that stuff really helps my channel out too, so thank you for that. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive to find out what's coming, I'll see you in there very shortly.